France shutting down embassies and schools on Friday in more than 20 countries after a magazine there publishes a caricature of the Prophet Muhammad. We're going right now to Inti Landauro. He is in Paris reporting on this story to us, and we're here with WSJ Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. Inti, tell us a little bit about the events that precipitated these closures.
Well, it is a weekly paper called Charlie Hebdo. You can see here that issued today a special issue on the Prophet Muhammad in Paris. It is a reaction to the riots that have shaken all the Muslim world after the video was the video was issued on internet last week.
And you're referring specifically to an internet video that had circulated here in the U.S. that had essentially a low-budget film that had denigrated the Prophet Muhammad. That sparked protests around the world, including, of course, an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Libya that led to the death of the ambassador there. Is France just being incredibly cautious at this point, Indy, or have there been similar protests to lead them to believe they might be the target of such violence?
There was some protests in France last week following the video, but it was not really violent. They ended up arresting 100 people and liberating them that same evening. The protests were against the U.S. Embassy, but what they are fearing in France is wide-scale riots in all the Muslim world, as happened a few years ago with the Danish cartoons that were released in a Danish newspaper.
And right now they're saying they will shut these schools and embassies just on Friday, or could it extend longer or go earlier? They're choosing Friday because that is a day of Muslim prayer. Is that correct?
Right, it is correct. And also already many embassies have decided, French ambassadors have decided to close the schools and the embassies and other French state buildings such as cultural centers, the consulates, Thursday, and they have the ability to decide to close for more time after the weekend if needed, if trouble happens.
And French authorities, Indy, being careful to say that, of course, France does respect freedom of speech, but they're saying they believe that the risk is too high to merit not doing this.
Well, they consider it is what the ministers have said, that they consider it as a provocation. They think it was unnecessary, but that it is that the France will respect free press and free speech. The thing is that newspaper, Charlie Hebdo, has been publishing offensive cartoons for many years. They have been involved in lawsuits about many issues, not only religious ones but politics. They ran into trouble when the General de Gaulle died because they made a cartoon that was considered bad taste at the time, and so the main office here in Paris was burned down last year after they published.
And Andy, we're looking at a picture right now of the editor-in-chief, who I believe you're referring to. He's actually stood his ground on this, saying that eventually we won't be drawing anything at a bunch of extremists in the world, and in France we'll have won. So it seems that they're sort of standing firm.
They're totally unrepentant, and they think what they've said, what he has said, and the other cartoonists, is that it is important for them to show the right to be offensive. That it's the right of a freedom of speech, and it should be respected everywhere. And they basically do that because they don't want to be constrained in their ability to mock anybody, and they feel they were threatened by these riots in the Muslim world and the reaction in the Western world.
All right, Inti Landauro, thank you for that. I think we'll probably be discussing this regarding a lot of countries in the days and weeks to come. We'll keep following your coverage on WSJ.com and in the paper.